sandals and shorts, and surf and scuba and sand and sailing and soccer. San Diego, California.
Season's greetings, and welcome to Two Balls and a Mic. While Tony and Chiva seem to struggle over there, you guys doing all right over there? Seems like they are, but we have a special show to talk to you guys about today. We have a San Diego FC 2 matches this past week, one against Toluca, quite a match, and then you have San Diego FC against Real Salt Lake and San Diego Wave against Utah Royals. 2 Utah matchups, both ending up in different ways. San Diego FC coming out with a draw here at home against Real Salt Lake, and San Diego Wave taking down the Utah Royals in 2-1 victory with a late goal by Leah Godfrey. We're going to talk all about it, starting with San Diego FC, starting with the end to the CONCACAF Champions Cup tournament that's over. Now we're going back into the MLS season. We're going to talk all about it, and I'm here, Abraham Zepeda, with Tony Sanchez and Alejandro Chiva, El Villaseñor. And here they are.
And me.
Hey,
100%.
regresamos.
We made it work.
Regresamos.
Right. Thanks, Abe. Bye, Abe. No.
Season's greetings.
Season's greetings. Welcome to Two Balls and a Mic. Abe already did the episode intro. It's 321 episodes in a row. Season's mutings, audio, absolutely. The Roadcaster 2 is not as good as a Roadcaster original, for sure. Everything that's happening is live here on Two Balls and a Mic. Thank you guys for joining us. Like you said, Abe.
Guys. You know, every now and then you hear this, but Tony just pulled off a 13-hour shift. You know, he's tired.
It's okay, but
tired.
we make it work because San Diego FC, 2 games, uno le fue en feria. You get to do a victory lap, Chiva, with these wonderful people in the chat. I would recommend for the people who were here last week and heard Chiva dismay San Diego FC versus Toluca, go at him. Trust me, because he's going to go at you. But then San Diego FC come back home and tie against RSL. As you mentioned, Abe, Leah Godfrey, that game winner. We'll have goals, gaffes, and greats. Some audio from post matches and whatnot. We are back. Season's greetings to everybody who has joined us here. That's why I didn't push record, because that's why it just does those things. I don't know. It's very weird. Either way, season's greetings. We are back. We are here. Thank you for joining. You guys are awesome. See you next week.
Welcome, everybody.
But yeah. So a lot of football happening this last weekend.
No. This last Sunday, yesterday. A lot of football.
Last Sunday, 100%. But then also a game on Wednesday for San Diego FC. This upcoming Wednesday, another Wednesday match for San Diego Wave versus Portland Thorns here at home at Snapdragon Stadium. But I mean, atragantándose. But yes, this is, as Philippe says, Chiva gets to have his I told you so moment for sure.
You mean this one?
Where is it, boy? Well,
Los Choriceros. I think San Diego FC is gonna eat chorizo this weekend.
Ooh, that's there you go. Let them have it, guys. Let them have it in the chat.
San Diego FC no comió chorizo.
Absolutely.
San Diego FC tragó chorizo.
Hey, yes, absolutely. Padres starting off this week. A lot of sports here in San Diego. We'll get to all of it.
I will say, Tony, sorry. I'm going to surprise a lot of people this episode.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to surprise a lot of people this episode because, yeah, well, let's get into it.
All right. Well, let's get into it, but let's start with the potpourri.
Potpourri.
Of different happenings across the soccer verse. What?
It got shoved.
Ooh, yikes. But we do have our segment that we have again, goals, gaffes, and greats.
We didn't do it last week because
We didn't do it last
the
week.
Cromaniacs crossover, and we know when you have two balls and Cromaniacs, that could be a 4-hour show.
Yeah, so the season's at Young to Ryan has the longest
What was it, 4?
4-hour show
Damn.
we've done for
Damn.
sure. But in any case, two balls and a mic. We've had the segment that gives you the goals, gaffes, and greats of last week. Yeah, I hadn't seen that.
I hadn't seen that new one. That's pretty cool.
I am working on a new Wave intro because guess what? There's highlights for Wave now. It was just a 1-0.
More this last week from yesterday. They actually scored goals.
Absolutely. So we'll go ahead and start with the goal.
Let's start with the goal.
Yeah.
It's one of those highlights. Oh, lo sacaste. Gacho. Let's start with the goal, and we'll talk about it while you pull it up. A couple that you can pick from this weekend. You know, there's, and let's all vote for one. How about that? And let's let the chat decide which one they want it to win. But my vote for goal of the week, I don't know if you gentlemen agree, but it's from Leah Goatfree. Leah Godfrey.
Goatfree?
Scoring her first NWSL goal, being the match winner for San Diego Wave this weekend on Sunday, yesterday against Utah. I don't know if you guys agree. It was a great build-up play. Kim Escanio going in, passing it to Ken Sadali, first touch into the box. Godfrey finishes, gets the goal. That's my shout. I know Dreyer's goal was really good. This one was a game winner.
Good little.
We've seen Godfrey. We saw her at
Finish.
Coachella. We saw her. Like, we've been knowing she can ball, Abe. Like, I don't know, Abe. What's your vote?
I think the Dryer one was good, but we have kind of seen it before. I think it feels like a lot of what we've seen from Andre Dryer, but this is something that I don't think we were expecting in this Utah game. I kind of expected it to end in a draw, but just because of that's how Wave games have gone in the past. But it's pretty solid performance out there to just keep it up and then eventually draw a red card as well. Like kind of the opposite of what happened in San Diego FC, where you give up a red card, but then they hold on and keep the draw. This game, San Diego pushed and got that victory. But the Balboa Park kids look pretty good too. That could be a great of the week, just because I was surprised. I was a little worried about what they look like. Yeah, this is a great goal.
This goal is just, it is really good just because Dryer, Tony, you're telling me he has the patience.
Yeah, no, he made the problem harder than it needed to, because he has a chance, as we'll see here after the celebrations. He has a chance to take the shot from a while back. Pellegrino here. He has it right there. He can take the shot in that moment. He decides, no, I'm going to wait for the goalkeeper to come out. I need to have a chance here. Let me put two bodies in front of me instead of one, and then just chip it over.
Yeah, no, it's probably one of my favorite Dryer goals, to be honest. He scored some bangers.
He has definitely scored some bangers. All right. I have an honorary mention.
Okay.
Huh.
What's your honorary mention?
Honorary mention is, I don't know if you know this. So the reason I couldn't go to San Diego FC this week, and it's just I had a last minute move with the San Diego Sockers, a doubleheader, the first ever iteration of the San Diego Sockers women's team.
Ooh.
And I like a complete game. I like a complete goal. This is a complete goal.
And it's taken back the other direction. Well done by Danielle Lopez. And then at midfield, Grace Tao with a little nifty spin move as well. Here comes Tao. Tao's on the move. She scores! And loses her shin guard and joy.
I like that goal, especially that roulette in the middle.
Yeah.
Like,
and San Diego?
And it's taken back
San
the other
Diego.
Well done.
San Diego did
And
win.
then at midfield, Grace Tao. Taken back the other direction. Well done by Danielle Lopez. And then at midfield.
Empire Strikers.
Boom. Yes, they were. But it was, I mean, a good weekend for goals.
Dude, what is it about San Diego just having ballers, man? Especially in the women's game.
Aguanta, tranquilos. But yes, San Diego well represented 3 games this weekend, 3 goals. So we'll let you guys decide what you guys believe should be the goal of the week. Women's soccer is the only sport to bring a championship to San Diego.
Which one?
Shout out Alex Morgan.
Supporter Shield?
I will, Supporter Shield,
Challenge
sure. Challenge Cup. However,
Sevens?
World Sevens wasn't featured at the launch, as Abe pointed out. 16-time champions, San Diego Soccers. So
Outdoor soccer.
let's put that on there. No, I don't think Paulinho will get a look at goal of the week.
He got called up to Portugal.
No, he didn't.
Huh?
He did?
He ended up getting called up because Rafa Leao got hurt and someone else, so he got the call up.
Not good. But thanks to what he showcased against San Diego FC over the weekend, which brings us to a couple things.
Gaff?
The gaff
Right.
of the week. Gaff. So, because of the style, because of the way that San Diego FC plays, they're prone to these types of moments. So, I'll let you decide, listeners, watchers, fan base of San Diego FC, where the blame kind of falls on the first goal against San Diego FC or Toluca after watching a great Duran-Ferry stop, who had a great game in that match despite giving up 4 goals. Here's a ball right into high press, misses, but the second one just happens to go in.
Look, we've given Duran like back-to-back grades of the week.
Mm-hmm.
He's bound to win a gaff at some point. As a goalkeeper,
True, but again,
there are some bad ones this week.
who is to blame there, right? Like, there's plenty of blame to go around, but if you want to go look at it, right, go to the ball.
No, you know who? I don't blame Duran in this one. I blame the right shooting style.
Okay.
Because
Mikey Vada.
Mikey Vadas, they're thought to. They can't kick the ball out. That's the style. You don't kick the ball out. You try to play it out. Doesn't matter what the high press is looking like. I think at sometimes you got to read the game still and you got to kick it out.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. There's 6 Toluca players right outside the box against 5 SDFC players. One is literally right by the small box.
Mm.
You got to clear that out. Like, I don't care what right to dream style says. I don't care what you're supposed to do as a academy or SDFC style player. Yeah, like the book says clear that shit out.
Yeah, and that didn't happen. Gives up the first of many. Did this really impact the entire game? No. Like, overall, no. That wasn't something that had a high impact in terms of the game as a whole. SDFC Nation, as much as I admit it, Chivo was right in his prediction for the Toluca game. Well,
Yo no digo nada. Yo amo a todos. I love everybody, and
yeah, you do. Free has to clear it. No, he doesn't. That's not what the book says. The book says wait for the pressure, wait and invite everybody in, and then you go from there. For sure. Pellegrino miss potentially, but did that overall change that whole game?
no, I don't think so either. There was another gaff, but I don't think it's as bad as this one, so I'll give it. I think Duran should get a gaff.
Oh, but au contraire, mon chéri, there was one moment that I think everybody was screaming after I watched the game back. Was screaming.
That's right.
Screaming.
Yep. I almost forgot it.
Luca Bombino trying to cross it. Boom. Manota.
It's clear.
Trying to get the cross in. Flying in. Boom. Manota.
That's a handball. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if it's not a shot. Like, that's a cross that has a chance to get a goal in. That's a clear handball. I don't know.
Abe, did you get to see that? VAR? Oh, you're asking for VAR? Let's see what VAR says after a long look. Was it? Big, nice screen. VAR over there. The decision initially was no handball. That was the first initial call. So then VAR calls in the center referee and says, hey, go take a look at this. He does. Takes forever. Still watching.
Maybe it was hot out. He needed a little break.
he needed a little shade.
It's insane how you
Still
don't
watching.
call this. Dude.
Still watching. Comes in, no handball. Nothing.
That was his, like, he said it out loud. It's like, oh, like, no, like, there was, like, I forgot exactly what, but, like, no handball. There's no foul on the play. It's like, dude, it's a cross that's going to a wide open player. And that guy just, I mean, his hand shouldn't be sticking out there. We've all seen that same play get called 9 out of 10 times to the other referees. It's always up to the ref's interpretation, which is part of the one thing about refereeing in soccer that I really hate. It's up to the ref's interpretation of the call. Like, no, VAR, you should step in here and say, that's a handball, you got to call it.
I mean, if VAR is showing him the move, they obviously saw something there, and they thought that he should review it, and it's pretty clear upon review that the ball touched his hand. And all the question now is like, was the ball hit arm or hand in the natural position? I would venture to say maybe, but I don't think it matters that much when you make that much of an impact on the play. So I would call that as well, because technically there's like nothing that's natural position as far as where your arms go when you're playing. Like, are you supposed to hold your arms behind your back? That's not natural. Doing this is kind of like, this is the, like, I remember Casey Stoney was like freaking out about it one time after a game, just because like something like this happened back then, and that's 2023 and it's 2026 and we're still having these problems and issues.
Well, let's ask the man himself, who was asked in the press conference.
Yeah, the one in the box for us, right? Yeah. I don't know what a handball is anymore. So I asked the linesman to give me a tutorial after the game, but unfortunately I didn't see him.
You know he'll get a fine for that one.
Maybe. I mean, he was.
But he has every right to be upset about
he
it.
wants to be educated.
He has every right to be upset about it. Like, that's a clear handball. You know, they give that penalty. They're up 3-1. That's a whole different game, and we're gonna dissect that game later. But yeah, no, that I want to say that wins gaff of the week over the Durant one. Then that referee was horrible for that call.
Two back-to-back terrible refereeing performance against San Diego FC at Snapdragon Stadium. Do the team submit complaints about the refs or calls? Yeah, but it's not.
It's not going to do anything. You still get 1 point. You still draw that game anyway. So
actually, if we should, the real gaff of the week should be AFCON. If we're
that's
going
literally what I just thought.
yeah,
I'm like,
that's
we're
true.
just reversing things now.
I guess that's true.
Bonus.
Sometimes
gaff?
we throw in a little non-San Diego related, but
that's like,
Did
did you see that Senegal
is
not
on their tour?
They're not giving the trophy away.
Oh, they earned it. Why would they? Why would they?
Man, I love soccer.
But yeah, I mean, that's what VAR gets you. And all the people who are like, oh, this is why VAR, blah, blah. You live by the VAR, you die by the VAR. And for me, I'd rather there not be a VAR. To not have these situations. A bad call is going to be a bad call, but it stings just as much, if not more, when it's a bad call after you go back and look at all the angles, take 5 minutes out of the game, take the run of play, just
balls on
the
the ref.
momentum. Like,
Balls on the ref to really go back, look at it, and say, nope, not a handball.
I was right. No, and like the confidence he came out with, just like, nope. Like, took at it. No. He's explaining to VAR like why it's not a handball. He's explaining to them why it's not a handball. A call shouldn't have a conversation like this.
Refs like that should not be reffing pro games, man. I'm sorry. Like, no, come on. You can't make that bad of a call after having video referees available and everything. Like, it's just absurd.
Yes, they did.
The most frustrating part to me too is the in-game announcements. They're so pointless. The whole point of it is so they can explain more and stuff, and just saying, nope, that didn't happen. I know you guys all just saw it, but that didn't happen. He could at least say the hand was not in a natural position, therefore no hand, or was in a natural position, therefore no handball. Or be like, it grazed his shoulder, not his hand. Like, they're just saying, like, after review, I was right. Please continue.
All right, but we got a lot of gaffes. Let's go to the grade of the week. What do we think? Now, despite losing or tying this game 2-2, Durant got the man of the match. But My shout is for Leah Godfrey. She scored the winner. She scored her first NWSL goal. That's my shout for me, Leah Godfrey. I think she should be a starter over Gabi for San Diego Wave next game. But I don't know about you guys.
I would like to agree. Abe?
I think maybe you could have a shout for Manu Dua in this.
For the one rookie play?
Duran. Ooh. Oh. You really are a San Diego FC hater.
It's a lucky play. No, he's there.
Yeah.
He's there.
He's had multiple goal line saves. I don't think it's luck at that point.
It's
Is
a
he just
trait.
lucky all the time?
No. This one was a little more lucky just because the ball goes through his legs, hits his ankle, and we're going to talk about it. But I think the gods of football love Manu Dua, man.
But see, that's kind of thinking of like, well, he always does it. It's kind of like that Dryer. He always does that.
But then he messes up in the second goal. He loses the cover. He doesn't get to the ball first. So.
No.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Don't give me a break. That clearance is part luck. It's part luck.
It's skill. It's know-how. It's reading the game.
He's
knowing
on the
his
right
position.
spot. It's luck.
For sure.
Okay, so I'll say we could give it to Godfrey. She in her not her debut, but just getting her first goal and subbing on as well. It's pretty hard, and then it was a tough game against Utah. So I'll say Godfrey's deserved.
I bet there was something in the soccer sphere.
Spoilers. Thank you. All right. Let me put you in this, right?
Yeah.
San Diego Sockers we're currently in third place. There is a 3-way tie after this last weekend's match for first place with 8 teams and 2 games left. The San Diego Sockers have 2 games left against the Kansas City Comets, the same team, back-to-back days, Friday into Sunday. They needed to win a game. They went to overtime. This overtime, golden goal. Drew Ruggles, friend of the program, decides to call his shot and orchestrates a set piece. He's talking, as we have at Young the Ryan there, the little camera. He's talking, maneuvering, saying, "I need you to make a crash. Where do you need me to be, boss? Okay, I'll make that run. Here comes the
Goal!
It wasn't the guy that he directed, but the guy that he directed is the one que jala marca, is the one that, Abe, what is that in English? Pulls the mark. Great. Yes. Thank you, Abe.
All of our non-Spanish folk, we say jalar marca a lot. That's just pulling the mark, like grabbing people to go towards.
So you can see it as it's coming up here in a bit. You're going to get fouled.
That wasn't Boris Pardo on goal.
That was not. That was Chris Toth, which is actually the second greatest MASL goalkeeper of all time.
Behind Boris Pardo?
Probably. I'd say even 2 por 2. Yeah, but I like that he orchestrates this. Follow 91. Pacheco, you can see him in his Super Saiyan highlights. Like, hey, I need you to crash right there. He's like, okay, you got it. Quickly, immediately takes it. 91 is pulling the mark. Boom, goal.
And
San
defender
Diego
just standing there completely messed that up too.
San Diego has a chance to win the Supporter Shield. Yeah, I mean,
they have a chance to break your curse.
Potentially.
If you don't know the Tony curse, ever since Tony has been working for the Sockers have not won anything.
Shut up. But yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about everything. But that was our little taste.
Goals, gap, and great.
Goals, gaps, and greats. You guys enjoy that. So it means that we got to go. They went Ultra Instinct. That way. Super Saiyan Blue. All right. San Diego FC. Where to start? First, since the episode that we had last time with the Chromaniacs, everybody was, hey, Toluca, CONCACAF champions, they're winning, and everybody had their own opinions on it. Chiva, you were You were the villain. As we say in the wrestling business, you were the heel. You were the bad guy, a bad hombre, perhaps. Because you kept saying, Toluca, there's no way they're going to lose.
No shot.
I don't know if it was more, there's no way that Toluca is going to lose, or it's no way SanDiego FC is going to win.
It was no way SanDiego FC advance to the next round. That was the thing. Like, I don't think they were going to win this game. I think my official prediction was 2-1 Toluca. I thought it was going to be a lot closer, to be fair. And I did mention in the last episode with the Cremaniacs, right? Last Monday, where, SanDiego FC, if they were going to sit back and try to defend and wait it out, it was going to be a shit show. They needed to attack, especially with the away goals. They needed to try to get an early one, put the pressure on Toluca. And what did Mikey Varas do? He played it safe. He started Godoy with the experience. David Vasquez has been on fire in the CONCACAF Champions. Why not? I thought he was going to start, to be honest. He scores twice against Puma. He scores against Toluca as well. Twice against Toluca, if I'm not mistaken. I thought Vasquez should start and, apply the pressure. Yes, there's the whole 8,000 feet of elevation. You can't keep up. But, man, you start out high press and get Toluca, put the pressure on them. And that didn't happen. I think this game was all Mikey, to be fair.
And Duran tried. Like Duran, yes, he had that mistake early on. It was a mistake of the system. But he had some world-class saves. Like this save right before, a double save. I don't care who you are in this world. One, great save to get all the way down there, rebound it up, but then to get back up. And that second save is incredible. Even Antonio Mohamed was the one that said, hey, and again, the clearance by the defender, hey, the goalkeeper had a great showing, a great moment and a great time. But then Toluca, los Diablos Rojos, went into, demon mode.
Go ahead, Abe.
From what I was thinking, going back to what Chivo said as far as Mikey playing it safe, I don't think they really had a choice. I think Toluca came into this game thinking we're not even going to let them have the opportunity to try and come at us. That's how attack minded and forward they are. And then listening to Mohamed after the match, he was just very much like that first game was a fluke. That's not gonna we didn't want that to ever happen again. All respect to them, but we're just gonna come straight at them, and that's exactly what they did. And they were just obviously the better team from the jump. It was quite a moment. Obviously, they held on. Duran Free, I think, like you said, did a great job in that first half. The whole defense only holding them to one goal. You're like, okay, but it all felt only a matter of time before those goals started flowing.
I mean, in this moment, if you can just, you have 3-4 defenders in a play that gets a little back heel, that gets rebounded in the middle of everybody. From then, they're just also fortunate enough it turns into a pass somehow and then into a goal. It was Toluca's night. It just was Toluca's night from the get-go. Yes.
I'm going to die on the hill that SanDiego FC lost this game because the lack of experience Mikey Varas has. I get it. You have the right to dream style. I get it. You're sticking to it. You completely abandoned it in this game by just defending and sitting back. And yes, I agree with Abe. Toluca kind of forced you to do that. But I think a very much experienced coach, and I think Mikey will get there. It's second year as a first division coach, right? I think a more experienced coach would have said, hey guys, we're going to have to switch up our style a little bit. I know I've told you guys time and time again that we will always play the same way. This one's going to be a little different. We're going to have to, try something to throw them off. And yeah, you don't have that much time to do that. But I think something different should have been thrown by Mikey Varas. And that wasn't. And again, Turco Mohamed is an excellent coach. He's one of the greatest coaches in Liga MX's history. So, yeah, I saw a comment from SDFC Nation. Could this be blamed on coaching and not the game planning the right way? Yeah, I think so.
This is a safe space. A safe space for the people who are watching, people who are commenting. Thank you for joining. Us. Yeah, no, we make this. We'll get it on Instagram, John, on No Era Penal, Si Era Penal, for sure. However, this is a safe space. let's have this little bit of discussion. Let's not waste too much time on it.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
Go ahead, finish.
No, it's fine. Say it. Say it.
I told you so. Yo les dije. I told you, but I was the hater. I was being the bad guy. And I told Tony, I'm not going to gloat. I'm not going to say anything. It does suck that SanDiego.FC is out of this competition. Why? Because, I mean, this is a very important competition. I would love to have, like, being able to cover it more and have San Diego prove everybody wrong. Like, this is the team that we cover, and I like seeing them play. And when I said there was 0 chance that Toluca were going to give this one up, I meant it, guys. Like, it's a whole different ball game. And Toluca and playing in Liga MX and some stadiums against those top teams is a whole different ball game. SDFC was not the only MLS team that shit the bed in this one.
Yeah, true.
Look at Cincinnati. They had a 3-0 lead against Tigres, and they lost 5-1 in the most epic way, last-minute winner from Tigres. A bunch of bangers, by the way, in that game. So SDFC were not the only ones. Playing in Liga MX in Mexico against these teams is not that easy. So, don't feel bad. SDFC were not the only ones. SDFC is their second year. I do think they're bound for greatness. I do think they're going to be one of the best teams in CONCACAF in a couple of years. They're that good. They're proving it already. But again, I told you all. And y'all shamed me last week.
You did get shamed.
Y'all were going after me.
They really were.
So, para que se callen. Just kidding. Hey, by the way, Turco Mohamed came into the press conference talking shit.
That shit. He was like,
he didn't record that part.
You,
he came in and legit said, "Pa que estén hablando, sigan hablando. Like, let them keep talking after one game. Like this, and I'm like, oh, he shut him up. All right."
So hearing that from a coach like that, it's like it makes me imagine if that ever happened in the States, it would be like a national story. But that like never happens, and it's like. In Mexico, it's like, oh yeah, he came in and was talking crap to the press because of all that stuff. Like, it's just hilarious. I wish the coaches like that were more like that here in San Diego.
You know, Chiva, that was the easy choice, though. Come on, more. To answer that, it's the logical choice. Yes, it's the easy choice, but I mean. A lot of people still really thought, but what if? Like, you can't do that in soccer. You have to be logical about it, and that was the logical choice.
It's a measuring stick. It was a great showing by SanDiego.FC in CONCACAF champions, for sure.
Yeah.
You took it to the champions here at home. You won 3-2 against a team that had 1-2 players at some point more than you, and they couldn't do anything to you here at home. La casa pesó. That's something to be taken away from that. La casa pesó, translating into the home field advantage, had some weight to it. There was some heft to that. That was from El Turco Mohamed, the coach for Toluca, who admitted that. And you know, again, this is still a good showing. And this is going to be a theme probably for tonight, which is it's still, whatever happens at AOC, it's still a okay result after, and not necessarily the game, but just the participation and the result. And I hate to be all coach speak of like, well, if you look at the performance, we don't look at the results. Hey, it's fine.
I mean, I think it was good. You know, you passed the first round against Pumas, and Pumas it's an okay team in Mexico right now. Like they're up there, they're fighting, they're competing. SanDiego.FC, I do think, are a better club than Pumas right now. Even if you didn't face Toluca in like the next round, you're gonna face them eventually, even if you get all the way to the championship game. Like, and it's like Toluca's bound to win this one. Maybe they choke it, but I think Toluca, even Turco Mohamed said, like, if we had to choose between Liga MX and Conca Champions right now, they're going Conca Champions all the way in. So I really wouldn't be surprised if Toluca don't pull this one off. Inter Miami is also eliminated from the tournament as well. So it's interesting. Somehow Inter Miami will still be in the Club World Cup. You know,
as long as Messi's there.
As long as Messi's there.
For sure. I'm looking
Messi's
forward.
still gonna be playing by then?
I don't know, man.
He can do whatever he wants at this point. Trying to find what was said because I sent it in the group chat. How can I do this? But yeah, you're right. People were going after Toluca and the Mexican media for having embarrassed the nation by losing to an American team. How dare they go down and embarrass and so that was before. What was the conversation after? And we'll get to some RSL talk in a bit because I think that's a little bit of a different case in performance and whatnot. Let's see.
I don't think they can hear this right now. Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
turning it up.
we were all quiet. I was just listening.
El tema con los equipos de la MLS que a veces parece que son equipos de la, ¿se acuerdan de la? Bueno, ustedes están muy chavos.
Sí, sí, sí.
Te
Gracias,
vas a
Paquito,
acordar tú
gracias.
sola, te vas
Te
a
voy a invitar
acordar
al
tú
mercado
solo
de acá unos
de los-
taquitos.
But he's saying the thing about the MLS teams is that
Sí, pero
de
los
supercampeones,
No,
los que te gustan.
la National Soccer League, donde jugaban Beckenbauer, Pelé, Cruyff, esos equipos que estaban tratando de involucrarse en el fútbol soccer. Hay equipos de la MLS que cuando juegan allá en Estados Unidos son fantásticos. Parece
so essentially he's saying, hey, you know what? The NASL, the national, whatever, with Beckenbauer, Pelé played with the Cosmos and this and this. Those American teams trying to get into the sport of soccer, but now the teams, when you face them in the
equipos de la Champions.
I love that.
Cuando juegan allá en Estados Unidos son fantásticos. Parecen equipos de la Champions.
Whenever they play in the States, they are fantastic. They're like teams in the Champions League in Europe.
I don't think anyone would agree with that, but okay.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
but then
it's a
again,
metaphor.
here comes the backhanded compliment part of it.
Son fantásticos. Parecen equipos de la Champions. Pero vienen a jugar a México y en serio parecen equipos. O sea, hoy San Diego jugó como un equipo de hace 40 años.
¿Y cómo San Diego olía a los Pumas?
Extraordinario.
Allá,
fantástico.
pero acá la cosa es
fantástico. No, maravilloso.
That's a good take, right? They're like, oh, like how did San Diego play against Puma? Like they destroyed Pumas over there in San Diego.
At home, yes.
In Mexico, San Diego FC lost that game 1-0. You know, again, it's a different ball game. It's a lot of pressure, and the fan base is different. Like not saying that the fan base in San Diego is not like up there, but there's levels, guys. It takes time to build that.
I think that's the biggest takeaway. There's levels. And right now, even Mike Ivara said, conceded after, like, faced a big team, big club. We're not there yet. We started this 14 months ago. It's my first time, me, coaching Mike Ivara in this tournament, coaching, differently. But for sure, it's a level of elevation. Go check out that interview with Luke Jenkinson that I had about the el rendimiento, the physical, the data, the physiological aspects of a team like this and going into altitude and what that means. But yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. Like they're all however you want it to be. They're pundits. They're defending La Patria, the national teams. How dare Mexico lose to a U.S. team? That's the narrative over there. But I think for San Diego FC fans locally, and I want to hear it here in the chat. I want to see it. Overall, it's a good showing. It was a good showing. It was a little bit of a squash match, but
I mean, San Diego FC got Toluca completely dominated that game, and you got to take your losses. And again, that's why they're back-to-back champions. That's why they're one of the greatest teams in CONCACAF right now, if not the greatest team in CONCACAF right now. So that was bound to happen. And thinking otherwise was just unrealistic. It was just like being hopeful. And, I don't blame you. I've been there. I'm the type that thinks Mexico can win a World Cup eventually. And, I understand what it's like to be delusional sometimes. So I get it. I feel for you, San Diego FC fans, but a little bit delusional there.
So my thing that I was going to bring into this whole discussion, safe space, Pellegrino being trash, I don't agree with that, but I see it. Chucky FC revives every time there's some Mexican attachment to it. Every time there's
I sense a hot
something,
take coming.
everything. Would Chucky Lozano involved in this match, in this tie at all, have had San Diego FC passing Toluca? A lot of people still believe that, yes. But I'll tell you, that's a no. That is a no. That was a systematic dismantling of San Diego FC style by going up against another team that plays in that same style, but are just more chiseled, more veteran in that system and the way that they play. And that's just it. Even throwing a Chucky Lozano in there, guess what? You threw Chucky Lozano in a similar situation against Vancouver. What happened? He scored one. He didn't. The game didn't end with San Diego FC advancing, even with Chucky Lozano. So what's the take there? Because we're saying, had Chucky Lozano, no. Chucky Lozano give you one goal. Was he going to give you 4? You didn't need 4. You needed 2. Would he have given you that? Knowing the system as well and how they play and what they were facing, they would have commanded more respect. Now, everybody who's, again, going after Pellegrino, go after Anders Dreyer. Go after Anders Dreyer, who was completely nullified in Mexico. He hasn't played well in Mexico. So if you bring that same energy on the left wing, you should probably give that same energy to the right wing as well. He was ineffective. Now he comes back and 2-2. He scores a great goal, a chip, a fantastic. San Diego sees more in their system. They get a point out of it. They, respectable as well. But let's be realistic about these things. That midfield wasn't necessarily working. You had Yepe as a 5th center back, and you had him trying to move all the way up. He was doing 7 things at once, where he's usually doing maybe 6 things. Mano Dua not being there leaves a vulnerable spot for a physical aspect in the defense, and Ian Pilcher was taken advantage of. And you have Yepes Verskov coming back. You have him crowding the box. You have to have him being a little bit more compact against Duran Free. And guess what happens? The pressure comes on up. Godoy's not ready. Duran gives the ball. There's no outlet for Yepe because he's right there and he's also being marked. And you give up the first goal.
Abe?
I think that the main people that you have to circle, as far as if you want to blame someone, it would be Manu Dua and Marcus Ingvarsson for both getting red cards that probably could have been avoided in that first match. Marcus Ingvarsson made a dangerous play, leads to that penalty and the goal. Same with Manu Dua, didn't need to throw his arm out there to stop that, is pretty unnecessary. If both of those things happen, then you're up 3-0 without away goals as well. So I think and then Manu Dua playing in this game in Toluca, I think changes things a lot as well, just because of how solid he is on defense and can handle a little bit more of the pressure than an Ian Pilcher might have. But this Toluca team was just levels above you, and staying in it for that first game is impressive in and of its own. And in this game, that first half, even staying in it there was pretty impressive, but then reality is going to come in, and it finally hit them. And I think it felt like an eventuality. And then when it did happen, it's like, all right, here it is. That's what happened. And Chucky Lozano doesn't change this game that much. Maybe he gets lucky and scores one of those goals. They had 2 shots all night. It was tough. I don't think Chucky Lozano changes this game very much at all. Maybe they're a little bit more worried about him, but that's not that big of a deal. A lot of wingers miss chances and opportunities like that, and it wouldn't just be Amal Pellegrino. Yeah, and Anders Dreyer, if he's your MVP superstar, he does need to have a better game than he did.
Hot take incoming.
Ruh-roh.
I disagree with you.
With me?
I disagree with all of you.
Do you think Chucky would have changed this game? Oh, shit.
I think, and again, the Chucky conversation will live on in San Diego FC until he's released from his contract.
Correct.
So anybody saying move on from the Chucky, you cannot move on because he's still under contract. Your club, San Diego FC, is still paying him $7 million a year. So until after the World Cup, with those reports where he's going to leave, Chucky Lozano is as relevant as any other player in that roster because he's a DP player. So with that aside, shut it. I disagree just because of the name Lozano. Last season, Chucky Lozano played.
Mm-hmm.
Every team, not disregarding what I'm about to say about Anders Dreyer. Anders Dreyer is an excellent player.
Mm-hmm.
Anders Dreyer had that season because for a lot of the games as well,
mm-hmm.
the focus and the marking was on the left side of San Diego FC field, on the right side of attack of the other teams, trying to mark and trying to look out for Chucky because he's the name. Then after they're like, oh shit, wait, Anders Dreyer is over here, and then Chucky, they both make an impact. Chucky facing off against Liga MX teams, it doesn't matter what team it is. They are not going to disregard because it's a matter of respect and they know the caliber of Chucky Lozano, even at 29, 30 years old. It's a matter of respect. They're going to know, okay, well, we can't just let Chucky loose over here because one long ball and Chucky can cause damage. Like, he's good at those. He can do those one-on-ones. Not saying SanDiego FC would have not, like, advanced. Like, I think they still would have lost to Toluca, but it would have not been a 4-0 trashing because Chucky Lozano does give you that relief where a lot of players are going to focus on him on the right, and then that leaves Anders Dreyer wide open as well on the left. That's why there's more than one DP signing in teams, because it takes two. It takes a village. Anders Dreyer can't do it all on his own. So, yes, Anders Dreyer is a little bit to blame. He needs to step it up. But having Chucky, that pressure, Calamarca, el Chucky, we learned that earlier, right, Chad? Calamarca pulls the mark. Chucky, out of respect, because of how good he is, because of the name, attracts players, and that could have opened up some alleys for SanDiego FC to cause some damage over there. Not saying they would have won, but I think it makes a difference. To say that he wouldn't have made any difference is delusional as well.
Yeah, I think that's a fair take, honestly, because he does make a difference. We saw it in that final match that we saw him in, right? That was the final elimination match SanDiego FC played in 2025 against Vancouver. He subs on, he scores a goal, he grabs his nuts, he's like freaking out, obviously. And he made an impact in that game when the rest of the offense wasn't. And I wouldn't be surprised if Chuky's in this game, scores one goal, like you say, but the ultimate result probably doesn't change. But he does make a significant impact on offense.
Chat, I love you. But if you were hating on me last week, no me la estén cromando ahorita.
Hey, son los colmados. But right.
I didn't expect to be talking about Chucky right now. This is amazing.
But it's relevant. It's a Liga MX team. Why is it not going to be? If you're still on that, like you gotta suck it up.
Or demand more from SanDiego FC. Demand change.
Terminate the contract.
They didn't have the paycheck to do it. I guess it wasn't the intelligent move, but guess what? It's coming out that he's leaving. That was news coming out. You know, agents speaking about agents and whatever it is.
Sorry, chat.
Safe space.
I don't mean to make anyone feel uncomfortable. No se vaya.
It's okay. We're still here.
Con amor, con respeto.
Well, guess what? They went over. Chris McVeigh got a red card. He, not going to play the next CONCACAF Champions League. It's over. It's done. They travel back. Then you have a game in that weekend. Was it going to be a rotated squad? You have players coming back who did play in altitude. You had Marcus and Varston and Mano Dua who didn't play because of their red card here at home to lead to that incredible time and incredible game. So then you kind of have to cobble the pieces together, put the fitness back together. And so...
You know who Mikey should have thrown in this game?
Ooh, who? According to what you were saying, Chucky. But
Brian Samble. Mételo.
Yeah.
Que quiebre tobillos, que haga algo. Like, something they wouldn't expect. I think Mikey dropped the ball in this game a lot. I think there's a lot of things that he could have done.
Even if he didn't drop the ball and he had it firmly in his hands and he had it juggling and doing Joga Bonito, Toluca still passes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Toluca still passes.
For sure. Yeah.
Where is Brian? He's on the bench. He's there. He's fine.
Espérate. I think last week or something, this guy, you said SanDiego FC would beat Chivas. Cállate, super líder. Hace frío en la cima.
Okay, Chivas talk. You know what? That's fine. But all right. So no te enojes, Chiva.
No,
it's okay.
It's
all good. It's fine.
I was right. I am not mad at all, guys. Come on, trust me.
All right. Let's move into this weekend. RSL coming in. They were on a hot streak, 3 games in a row.
This Sunday was crazy. All 3 San Diego pro teams, and I'm including the Soccer because everyone played at 4 p.m.
So that's okay.
San Diego played against the Mormon Wives, guys. You guys
is that an actual show?
Yeah, Secret Lives of Mormon. It's actually it's a stupid show. The drama's so dumb. But it's actually like good. But anyways, San Diego FC played Real Salt Lake at home. San Diego Wave played Utah.
The real one?
Yeah, the real one. I was the only one there because we all had different duties this Sunday.
Yep, had to be at soccer's W. Great game.
Abe had work. Journalistic work.
The actual work.
Que le pagan.
Okay, hold on. Would Messi have won that game against? Wait, Messi can't beat Nashville. He couldn't beat Nashville. Like MLS for MLS on MLS violence. Yeah, okay, we can get to the all that stuff later. For sure. But all right. Coming in this weekend, San Diego FC with a squad that is a little rotated. It's a little, some names coming in.
I don't think it's rotated. Like Vasquez gets the start, but he's been scoring goals, so I think
why wasn't he against the Mexicans starting?
Because fucking Mikey Vadas choked and played it safe on that one. But anyways, here he goes. Okay, like let's give Vasquez the minutes. Verhoeven, like he played against Toluca as well. Like he's healthy, so you're gonna start a right back. Good news is Eisner is back. He's getting back to match fit. I think Eisner is way better than Verhoeven. You have Bombino on the left. You have the center backs that you have. You have Duran. I was scared that Duran was going to lose the starting spot because of the 4-0. I'm glad he didn't.
It deserves to keep it.
I think right, as of what we've seen, he is the better goalkeeper of all three right now.
He's the most complete.
And he fits the system so well. And then you have up top Dreyer, you have Barston, and then you have Pellegrino. No surprises here, Abe, for you?
No, not at all. I think, like you said, I had maybe a thought that they might not let Duran get the start just because of time and stuff and getting exhausted, playing at altitude. Maybe you let SanDiego get this one, but it's good that they let him stay in there. And then the rest of the lineup is about as expected. It's maybe a little bit like, as far as like how the match is going to go, I was expecting maybe the weather to play a role just because it's a weekend. Maybe it's a little hot playing at 4:00 instead of the traditional 7:00, even though we were told basically at all times since this team started that the team's never going to play during the day, but it will happen. It does happen. Even on Sundays, San Diego FC will play day games. I know people get annoyed and no roof and all that stuff. That always becomes part of the story, but it didn't seem like it played that much of a factor as far as like conditions go. I don't know. You were there, Chiva. Did it feel extra hot?
No.
Or were no?
No, it wasn't hot. It was honestly, it was a beautiful Sunday, like afternoon. 4 p.m. is still afternoon? Is that evening or whatever it is? It was a beautiful Sunday. It was kids' day. Like there's like lunch boxes everywhere. Like los morros están en todas partes. It felt like we were at work.
I think the soccer games are always work for us. No.
Yeah,
but we meant like the YMCA sphere, like all around us, whatever.
Things that I can be sent to HR for.
But the game starts and San Diego FC again. San Diego FC are a great MLS team. Like I had them winning this game. I told Cesar Hernandez in the press box from ESPN, a good friend of ours. He's like, "What do you think of this one?" I'm like, "Well, it's a 3 center back line for RSL. Like, there's some players injured. Diego Luna's not there. Last time Diego Luna was here at Snapdragon, he freaking cooked San Diego FC. I can see San Diego pulling this one 3-1, maybe. Like, that's my prediction. It's business as usual for San Diego FC. Down the middle, possession base. Like, if they hadn't gotten, like, their ass beat on Wednesday. It's like they've really forgot about that, and they're like, we're focused on this one. I truly do believe that they have that mentality where they're like, well, it's gone. Let's focus. And they come out, they're playing the same way, and they get a little bit of shocked in the first half. And the first, 17th minute. And it's a good goal. And I think Tony right now is going to pull it up in a little bit. But, yeah, like, was it in my bingo card for San Diego FC to get scored on first in this game? No. But it was a good goal. And that happens.
Let's pull it up, Tony.
There you go, Tony.
Let's pull it up.
At the same time, I was also watching Wave on my computer. Abe, I know you were watching Wave and SDFC and everything at the same time as well. Tony, you were focused on soccer, so I don't think you caught too much of it.
Not live.
Not live. But yeah, no, it was an interesting Sunday for sure. But yeah, no, like San Diego FC start off, there's a cross that comes in, great header. And I don't think anything Durant could have done in that play. And here we go.
Yeah, so the ball comes all the way to the left-hand side. A great cross is going to come into the middle of the box. Great header. Durant just kind of has to dive for the picture. But, hey, RSL starting it up on a positive note there.
I agree here. Like, Dua can't win them all. I think he's still... Guys, let's not forget, he's not a natural center back. He's still learning the position. He's still 20 years old. Like, he's going to make mistakes. Let's not forget that. Not the best coverage, not the best marking here. Like, ahí no tiene a nadie, and he gets beat.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the ball first. And, I mean, it's a good play. It's a really good play by RSL for sure. So then 1-0 happens, and from then on... Oh, hello.
Hi.
You're starting in the mind things like, oh, man, are they going to continue that path? Did that Toluca destruction just derail them so much that now they're going to drop points to RSL? But as the game kind of continues, you have these factors. And I know Mikey Varas has been saying it. They're like, just wait for Marcus and Varston. We may have lost Chucky, but we're getting Marcus and Varston back. A good play, 1-2 right here. A fantastic save. Great save.
Like,
an amazing
really
save.
A miss. And then you have this set piece for SanDiego FC minutes after that. And it's kind of like a little bit of a scramble in the box. And Marcus and Varston manages to get a touch there. And, very MLS goal, like where there's un rebote and, you're at the right place. When you're that striker, when you're the poacher, you have to know where to be. And, the ball lands there and he's like, oh, look at that. Boom, shoot it.
With the shin, I believe. Getting it on. Scott Sterling. It's just chaos right there. Just
bounces off the goalkeeper's chest. Like, it's bad luck on RSL's part and good luck for SanDiego FC as well, because the ball lands there. It's sloppy, but a goal is a goal.
A goal is a goal, and they get it tied. Here, once again, another set piece goal. Again, this isn't how they drew it up, but it's just create chaos.
Was this given to him, Varston? Because Loki is more of an own goal. I don't know if that shot was going on target. They gave it to him.
It's fine. But then from then on, again, the Duran Ferry show.
This was right before half.
And then Mano Dua making up for that play earlier.
And this is where I'm like, look, he's at the right spot. But where I say it's luck is like, any other little angle and that ball goes through. And like, again, not diminishing what Manu Dua has done. Like, sorry SDFC fans, but Manu Dua is not ending the season with SanDiego FC. He's going to leave in the summer. And like, that's
that early, you think?
Yes, come on. 20 years old. He's doing this good. Like, he's going to leave. Like, he's not finishing the season with SanDiego FC. But this play, again, we've seen him do goal line clearances like this, and it's stuff like this that, gets you that, go to Europe call.
Before Bombino?
I think so. I think he goes before Bombino. He has the size. Like, he has the size, he has the skill, he's older. So, yeah, I can see him leaving before Bombino. Diego Luna gets subbed on in the second half for RSL, and let me tell you,
X Factor.
Diego Luna is a baller.
Yeah.
Like, he changed the game for RSL.
Good luck, U.S. men's national team.
Good luck. I mean,
like Diego Luna's biggest fan, honestly. But
dude, he's a good player. Like, what do you want me to say?
Yeah, he's great. Anytime. I'm kind of jealous I didn't get to see him in person, just because he looks like above the MLS out there, Like, it's just like, whoa, who's this guy? Like, any person that hasn't watched soccer can come out to the game and look at him and be like, what is that? What's the deal with that guy? Just because he's like pushing out there, like running so fast and making it look really, really easy.
Speaking of making it look very easy, again, he was man of the match, named by the team. Duran Ferry later on has a couple of interventions, one on a one-on-one that was, canta la gol. Like, that should have been a goal. That should have been a goal.
It's a great save from Duran, standing his ground, putting his body on the line. That nothing else to say. Achicó bien, like, he comes out, cuts the angle. again, I think that's the Diego Luna effect because he broke down San Diego's defense in the second half
Mhm.
a lot of times.
Is it fair to say that this is Duran's best performance so far with San Diego FC?
I think so. I think how many saves did he have in this game?
Yes.
7 saves?
And that's something that I've been kind of
6 saves?
looking towards in terms of, these records that he's actually made, these incredible, just the names that are being thrown out, like the first 3, professional starts, which, by the way, who was it? Was it
MLS
you?
starts.
MLS starts. Yeah, because of
not professional.
because of
not
Loyal.
professional,
Yeah.
I believe it was 619 Soccer.
Yeah, that was shut down by the chat like super quick.
But yeah, I mean, this is now kind of showcasing how well-rounded of a goalkeeper he is. He's good on his feet. He fits the system.
At
Check.
just 19. Don't forget
He has.
that.
Well, where are you going to ship him off to this time?
Not yet.
Okay,
I'll
couple
go.
summers. He does have, he hasn't been shy about saying that he wants to go to Europe to be a goalkeeper. But again,
surprised he didn't get called up.
shot stop-
U20.
the shot stopping ability by San Diego by Duran Free is being showcased. Where you look at Cisniega for that shot stopping, you look for Pablo for, you look for CJ for his handling ability, footing availability. The ability with the ball at his feet of CJ Dos Santos. But again, you kind of get best of both worlds in a pretty good level with this one goalkeeper. And again, like I like the way that he plays.
Yeah, Pablo wasn't even on the bench for this one. It was CJ.
Mhm.
Yeah, they didn't have both goalkeepers. It was just CJ.
In looking at it got deleted. There were 7 players who were called up for the national team. What are you talking about? 7? Yeah, no, it was 7. You got Honors Dreyer going for Denmark. You have Luca Bombino getting called for the U.S. under-20s. You have Aníbal Godoy for Panama. You have Anis Saidi for Tunisia. You have Oni Valakari for Finland. David Vasquez for the under-20, along with Bombino. And then you have CJ Dos Santos getting called up for Cape Verde. So that one went a little bit under the radar. So there you go. Back spasm during warm-up.
What I do think is interesting about the CJ Dos Santos thing is that we weren't sure that CJ Dos Santos was available completely for San Diego FC because of the injury and where he's at on that front. But him getting called up to a national team pretty much says like it's not because of injury reasons, it's because Duran owns that spot right now.
Yeah, no. Mikey said I think a couple weeks ago that like all 3 goalkeepers are healthy, like good to go.
But he can say that though, but it's also like it's not until we see him that I think I was gonna truly believe him, just because of how much they talked about like the injury aspect for him.
Like, yeah, no, you're like Duran is the starter for San Diego FC. Like that's just the fact right now. Like he is the starter. It's on him to lose that spot if he starts having, a couple like bad games or anything like that. But I really do think that's not gonna happen. I think Mikey Varas is gonna stick with Duran this season. But yeah, like Duran is the starting goalkeeper for San Diego FC, which is crazy to say that a 19-year-old. Last season, we're like, damn, CJ's so young to be the starter. Now you got an even younger dude starting for San Diego FC, which is something that I really like about San Diego FC. Like they really give the kids the minutes and they really show out. And that's something that I feel like every person has always wanted to see. A team really giving the younger players a chance to shine because you can see how far it can take you. And last season, they took him to a Western Conference Championship game. This season, who knows how far it'll take.
Looking for calls for Mano Dua to be called up to the Ghanaian national team. No. There's still plenty of class.
Once he goes to Europe, though. Absolutely. For sure. 6-9 soccer. 26 is young for a goalkeeper, though. Hey, come on. Hey, chat. I was a hater last week. Hey, go after 619 Soccer right now. He's being a hater.
You're just
go after him.
You're just
get him,
fools.
Get him, chat. But yeah, no. Continuing on with the game, right? Then we see San Diego FC coming out with the long ball from Yepe. Again, that was the strategy against the 3 center back line. You got to get behind them, and Pellegrino, sometimes shows the wheels, and he can be faster than some slower center backs. And that's exactly what happened here.
But what I do appreciate before we get there, right, is that the fact that if you look continuously at the game film and the run of play, that goal gets started because, and aquí voy otra vez, because of what was done in the other side of net with Duran Free and his stop, right? So you have the play that Duran just stopped a couple ones. RSL's trying to penetrate here, unable to do so. San Diego FC turns on the counter and tries to turn on the counter. Vallecada gets fouled in the middle of the replay of the great stop by Duran Free. Honors Dreyer is not a goalkeeper. Boom, they're already on the other side. Here comes Honors Dreyer, makes his life more complicated, and scores with a little chip. 2-1.
Yeah, like Yepe plays it quick, gets the ball. We've seen that play a million times for San Diego FC, and that's what Yepe does to you. Like, look at that freaking long ball, man. Like, that guy, honestly, the fact that he's not a DP signing is insane.
Yeah.
Like, he's that good, I think, to be a DP player. And I mean, maybe the CDM position is not that crucial for some teams, but San Diego FC really scored on that contract with Yepe's first cup. And yeah, I mean, they get the lead, and I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Like, this is a San Diego FC we're kind of all used to seeing. And then moments after, the play happens.
The
clear handball. That I'm like, that's a penalty. Me estaba comiendo mis papitas que tenía. I'm like, that's a PK. Like, why wasn't this called? And then, we talked about it in Goals, Gaffes, and Grades, but the fact that this was a no call blows my mind. I think it blew everybody's mind. I don't care what team you support. I don't care what country you're on. You are a soccer fan. You see this, you're like, that's a handball. 10 out of 10 times should be called a penalty kick.
Hey, what do you think?
That's a great stop right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's so tough, man. Like, what is maybe are the referees gonna apologize for this? Like, it's just so annoying. Like, when you have a moment like this, like, it's like obvious. Like, and the referees aren't gonna say anything. And if something does happen, it's all gonna kind of be like swept under the rug. Like, it's tough from like a watching standpoint, just because it makes it like, obviously it's a handball, but it's like, how much are we supposed to like respect the rules of the game, of the VAR, and all of this stuff if the most obvious play like this happens and they don't call it, and they have the recourse to change the call and they don't change it? It's just very, very annoying and frustrating, and it kind of like ruins the whole like system of refereeing in soccer when you introduce VAR and you don't call back something like this, because you can't just be like, oh well, it's like there's a picture right here, we have the picture right here. It's really, really annoying.
Part of the beauty of the game of defending is, when you're defending, well, you go like this and you put your hands behind your back for a reason. It's not easy to defend in soccer, and it's not easy to put the hands behind your back, but you do that to avoid this. This is not a natural hand position. That is stopping a cross where, I don't know who it was, in Varksen or Dreyer or something, was wide open. Yes, it's not a shot on target and it's not blocking a clear like chance on goal. But in my opinion, and maybe the ref disagreed. Obviously, he disagreed. He had a different opinion. This is a penalty call. And I don't know, man. Like, again, MLS refs are still CONCACAF. You can say San Diego FC got CONCACAF here.
Still technically part of CONCACAF.
I'm sure San Diego FC is taking a screenshot of they're watching, because they always watch. They're taking a screenshot of this. They're adding this to the Rolodex in the email that they're going to send to the Pro Ref Association and try and like just complain about the call, but we never hear anything about it, which is just the really annoying part. So we'll see what happens here, but this is a pretty dumb thing to happen.
I don't think you lost to RSL. You tied against RSL in the first game away with a Franco Negri goal, I believe.
Yeah, Franco, Anders Jair, and then Franco Negri as well. Right?
They didn't even lose this game either.
And again,
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
We'll get there.
I think both of us, maybe not Tony's up, but I'm gonna shock a lot of people with my
Jesus,
takes because
not again.
because I mean, I'm
chat's already
coming.
against you.
I'm coming. But yeah, this is no call. It's ridiculous. That should have been a penalty. This puts SanDiego FC for a chance. There's a chance they could have missed a penalty, but it's a chance to go up 3-1, which changes everything. It changes. Yeah, maybe RSL still good to go, but it changes everything. Like I feel like if they go up 3-1, they have a higher chance of going 4-1 than RSL going 3-2.
Trying to figure how long did this actually take?
It took
how
a
long?
lot.
If it's live, if
It
it's
was
59-17, and the handball already happened.
I think it took about 3-4 minutes, maybe.
Okay, so celebrate the game. Okay, here comes Cross. He's gonna go ahead and which, by the way, again, Bombino getting stuff in that position. What a great ball
from Yepe, dude.
Phenomenal ball. Yepe gets it here. Gonna go ahead and try to cross it. 5. Okay, so 59-16.
2 minutes.
59-16. ¿Sabes qué? 619 soccer. Let's build the tension here.
La porra te saluda, güey.
Still.
Yeah, 61-30.
Yeah,
About
2.5 minutes. Yeah. Too much time to get the call wrong for sure. After the review, no handball. But look, you still have a game to play.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the referee says the sky is blue. Guess what color? Guess what color the sky is? Blue, because of course it's blue. The referee says the sky is red. Guess what color the sky is? It's red. Was that a handball, Abe?
Yes.
We love you, 619 Soccer.
Yes, but the referee didn't say it was a handball, so it wasn't a handball.
Not a handball. Not a handball. Again, if we're going to go back, well, okay, cool. With the power decreed to SanDiego.Futbol, just like the AFCON, I decree that was a handball, therefore a penalty, therefore RSL forfeits 3-0. There you go. Good job, SanDiego FC. You won.
Human error is part of the game. Whatever. We move on. You move on, and you're still up 2-1. Like, the odds are that you're going to still win this game. 30 minutes left. But RSL keeps attacking. RSL keeps coming. And then you have subs and you have everything. Lewis Morgan gets up done. By the way, hasn't done shit for SanDiego FC. Get another play here. Another great save from Duran Furry.
Yeah, no, he had a great game.
I was sitting behind like all the techie people from SanDiego FC in the press box. And they have like the way they edit and like all those pictures that they put up. Amazing work that they do. They're insane. They're wizards with that. But they had a 2-1 SDFC win, 2-2 draw, 3-1, 3-2, or 3-1. They had all these different outcomes ready to post as soon as the game's over. It was pretty nuts to see behind the scenes. But there's the play that happens for RSL. And again, the backline, this last 10 minutes, is just horrible.
Well, again, fatigue, right? Like some of these players are tired. Like McVeigh just got a red card in the last game, and we'll see what happens later. But then, RSL eventually ties. A crotch shot by Olatunji.
You actually heard a little zoo in the stadium.
Yeah, there was.
That. Like, I was like,
it's just automatic.
Yeah.
Like, it's just people can't. It's human nature.
I'm
at
pretty
this
sure
point.
some SDFC fans caught themselves going like, damn, why did I say that?
And yeah, I mean, no offsides call.
Romano Dua needs to really learn the craft of being a center back, and you have to put your body in front of that. You can't just rely on your long legs to try to clear that out. And Duran, that's where the decision comes where he thinks this guy's going to get the touch on it. Yeah. And if that's the case, he makes the save. Tony, you're the goalkeeper. Did he make the right call there, or should he have stayed in his line and relied on his center backs to try to make the block, or maybe, wait for anything else to happen?
If you're gonna ask me, actually, what should have happened? It's neither. Because if in my mind, it's you put your body on the line and you just crash through Manodua, and you go attack that ball and move forward. It's difficult, but you again put another body in that trajectory. He's trying to cover as much space as he can, but even then, it just kind of goes past Manodua, whiffs on it. Nobody touches it. Goes all the way to the back. Crotch shot, Olatunji. I don't know how I feel about getting scored on by a dude with glasses.
Those are goggles and
Spud
they're
web.
prescripted. All right. Some of us can't see. You should be wearing glasses.
Nope, my condition just doesn't have cure. Thanks.
What you call it now?
Uh,
McVay gets a yellow card. McVay gets a yellow card and then immediately gets a second yellow card. And that is bye-bye. I don't think I've ever seen the same player in 2 games, back-to-back games. Yes, it's 2 different competitions, but a same player in 2 back-to-back games from a Wednesday to a Sunday get red cards. I think that's a first for me. I don't know about you guys.
trying to tell you guys, give me a break. It's the only way he's gonna get a break.
He saw Menadua get a break and was like, "Oh, I want one of those."
Wow.
But why did he wait till the end of the game though? It's a real question.
True.
But that I think both of them definitely deserved yellow cards, just bad fouls. Like the second one is like a foul like he probably shouldn't make. Like it's a good play if it was the end of the first half and that's the first yellow card, but like you can't make that foul at that moment in the game.
Philippe, I think you're thinking about Edgar Davies, not Clarence Seedorf, potentially. I don't think I've seen Seedorf with glasses. But
yeah.
in any case,
San Diego FC tied this game 2-2. You know, they have 3 wins, 2 ties now in the season. They're still undefeated. I saw a lot of comments and people and clips of supporters yelling at Mikey, apologize, sophomore slump, like this is horrible. Am I crazy to think that, yes, you're holding the team to a standard and you have the expectations that they have to win every game, but they're undefeated. They have 3 wins and 2 ties.
Mm-hmm.
How? Yes, this is one of those that, it feels like a loss, and that happened against Dallas and this and that. Are you kidding me though? Like I think that's a reach. Even for me to be saying this, which is I'm the biggest hater, right? I think San Diego FC are off to a hot start this season. I think they're playing great. I think obviously the result didn't come, and Mikey's disappointed. But he also said it. You know, we still have 11 points in 5 games. Like that's still pretty good. Like, and it is. I don't think anybody should be saying, San Diego FC suck right now. Like, apologize. Like, for a fan to yell at Mikey, apologize. This is horrible. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Borussia Dortmund's yellow wall? Like, no, chill out. Like, this is Mikey. Like, they're 3-2. They haven't lost. And excuse my language. I know you talked to me about dropping the F-bombs, and I do apologize for that, chat. But come on.
It comes with lack of education. But
oh, hey, cállate los hocico. You don't have a bachelor's?
Huh?
You don't have a bachelor's? Oh, wait, were you talking to me about lack of education or the fans?
What are you talking about?
Even they've heard it.
Yeah, what degree do you have?
Same as yours.
Celsius?
What?
All right. But in any case, yeah, this is not a bad result. 2-2 after coming back from Toluca, after having back to back just weeks of a lot of travel, a lot of miles, a lot of, energy expended, having gone to Dallas, tying 3-3. It does feel like you lose that game with the red cards to Manadua and in Varson, especially as they were the ones that were healthy. You come on back, you face a good RSL team that gives you, takes 2 points away from you towards the end in a match where honestly you were being peppered, and had it not been for a good goalkeeping performance, it probably would have been a loss at home. I think it's fair. It's not a bad result to get a tie. It's not a bad result against this RSL team to put a stop to their winning streak and really kind of cement yourself, and now you get a breath because you catch your breath because you're not in CONCACAF Champions anymore. You're not in that tournament anymore. Now it's 1 game a week, save a couple of Wednesdays coming up. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. However, you do get a red card to Chris McVay. We're going to have a chance to then see Ian Pilcher, Sue, potentially Oswald Sue. Just some sort of combination, give those players some minutes. But yeah, I mean, okay. Let me make fun of people in peace. Okay. If he was to see me, he'd be like, che gordito. He wouldn't be able to score on me. A crotch shot for sure.
Oh yes, you're better than Duran Free. Yes.
I have never been scored on by a dude with glasses or goggles. or spectacles in open play. Because
In open play. I honestly, if I'm more excited. I know that San Diego FC is going to have their break and then come back next week or whatever in April. But I'm really excited about this FIFA window. You got Honors Dryer, a huge qualifying match for Denmark. This is potentially the match that could send him to Mexico. This is a big deal for, I think, San Diego FC people, Mexico people, anyone interested in this group to be following, because like we're in World Cup time now. We're like ironing out the groups, and it's either North Macedonia, it's Denmark. Like this is a big deal.
Correction. The winner of that one faces against Ireland, against someone else. I know 619 Soccer could probably tell me. But yeah, it's like the playoffs. But yeah, it's if they win that game, then they would play the winner of Ireland against
between Czechia and Ireland.
Yeah, there you go.
And
then if they win that one, they go through. So they have a really good chance. They have a really good chance at going to the World Cup.
Again, same thing that people were saying because of the Dallas game. It's as Juan, who's been contributing a lot recently. Thank you for that. Results are painful because it's been blown leads versus teams we should be beating. However, contextually, who's on the pitch? Dallas, heavily rotated. You did get a little sprinkle of first team and just say, hey, let it all out, Marcus. Let it all out, Manu. Didn't have the best of games. You still go away and get a point in this league, going away, in pretty much any league, going away, unless you're part of, if you're the upper echelon of Man Cities and these teams that should win every single team and against every single team, every single game. Sure, that's different. But here with parity, if you go away, get a goal, that's fine. Come back home after getting your ass beat 4-0. Look, they could have come out and just continued that poor run of game playing, right? They played 2 bad halves at Toluca, or they played against a very good Toluca team who had 2 great halves. But then you come back, you have a decent team against a team that's been pretty hot, on some tired legs, and you get a tie. You get a result. It feels like a loss. It can feel however you want, but then I see people on both sides of things too with Mikey Varas and how polarizing he is. It's either you're a Mikey Varas fanatic or you're a Mikey Varas hater. And sure, it has to do with that
part
as well.
of it. That has to be part of it, I think.
For sure. Like people are having a grudge, can keep a grudge on him because of that, because of his body language. Whenever he does talk about Chucky Lozano, whenever he does get asked about him, he was last asked about him before Toluca, and like he himself is done. He's over. He has nothing to do with it. Yeah, sure, he can call him back, but that's not going to happen. But then where does it fall? Oh, well, Mikey Varas, had he done this, had he done that, the lack of experience. Put Mikey Varas not in this game. Put somebody else in that position with the right to dream book and knowing how to go ahead and run that machine. You'd be saying the same thing. You just have a grudge against this guy. However, somebody who, again, likes to go ahead and take responsibility for things, Mikey Varas, had this to say after.
Playing games where we have a lot of control of the match, but just a little bit sloppy in some details. That we need to be disappointed about. And all of us got to look in the mirror. It's my job to get the team ready to play. And at this point, when you tie games that when you play your best, you should win, you have to be disappointed. At the same time, we have to remember that not everything is going to be rosy and easy. So if that's what anybody expects, then I think we're due for a rude awakening, and we'll be really disappointed. I think Frontera and the fans did a great job today, and for me, I'm disappointed for them because we didn't play our best game. But at the same time, just want to remind everybody, there's ups and downs in the season, and not everything is only success. And we need to make sure that we're together in the good moments and the bad moments.
Let's not forget, San Diego FC had a 3-4 game losing streak last season. Like that's a thing. And I mean, I think he has every right to call out fans in this one because like it's not like they lost the game either. Yeah, it's drop points. You're at home. It's RSL. RSL's a pretty good team. Like they can make the playoffs and they can like compete. But yeah, no, I think Mikey rightfully has every right to also be a little disappointed by the fans. And yes, por las buenas y las malas, no, like. I mean, some of y'all still support. I mean, I still support Chivas, and that was rough for a long time. Right now, it's kind of good, but todo bien.
I mean, I got told that there was an earthquake around here. Did you show something, Abe? Right now, no.
I don't feel an earthquake.
Okay.
Feel one either.
You know the
You'll
big
feel
black
the tsunami aftershock. You'll feel that after the earthquake comes the tsunami, and you're close enough to the water that you'll feel that.
The last 2 big earthquakes that happened here in this area, one on that Easter Sunday a couple years back, that was pretty big, and then there was another one that happened recently. Both times I've been accused of jumping in the house by 2 separate people that I love very much. So that's my experience with earthquakes. So whenever it does happen,
are you jumping, Tony?
No, my mom
What
told
are
me.
they doing? Are they like, ¿qué hiciste?
No, so I was in that Easter one. I was helping paint the bathroom, which again, 3 things that you can never ask me to do, or else I'm gonna hate you and hate every moment that you ask me to do this. 1 is moving. I'll do it. I'm a good pal. I will help you out, but I'm not gonna enjoy it. 2, painting. I can't stand painting. So I was painting up on a little ladder, and then the earthquake happened, and my mom's like, Tony, no estás brincando. Tony, don't be jumping. And I'm like, I'm not jumping. And then all you hear her say is like, oh my God, it's an earthquake. She runs out of the house. You see the car starting to move. We all kind of calmly walk out of the house. And she's like, oh my God. She's not the most religious person, but she runs back into the house, grabs her Bible, and like comes out. And then anyway,
On Easter, yeah, you gotta be a little scared.
you do have to bring out the Bible. Some more sound from Mikey Varas in this post match. Great stuff from Chiva being out there.
I was gonna ask, and then comments people was like, "Oh, Alejandro, you have anything?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So I just pulled something out of my
Mikey's
ass.
like, all right, sure, what's up?
Mikey, can you talk about Manu's performance today? Just another goal line clearance, maybe a little bit of luck of where the ball hit, but just talk about his positioning and how important he is to that back line again today.
Yeah, he's a really big player for us at this point, and just incredible how much this guy has grown. And at the end of the day, I think he embodies a lot of what we're looking for. He can still improve a lot, but he was good. It's at the end of the day, though, it's tough to find a silver lining, and because we were too sloppy on the night, and we all know that. And now it's about making that reflection, and every single person, starting with me, picking it up a little bit.
Good stuff from Mikey Varas, Chiva. Great
At
stuff.
the end of the day, San Diego FC drew 2-2.
Not the worst result.
No, it's perfectly fine.
Because then what's going to happen with this style that people were like, they're playing too much in the back, they're messing around. They're going to win with the same style next week, potentially the week after, because it's a very tough San Jose team that's coming up. And then just kind of do it again. Thank you. I feel very seen there. Yeah, what's up?
Real quick, I disagree. I will gladly help people move out. The problem with people asking for help with moving out, you just need like a good number of people, and people that are like really into it. Like I'll help move out. I always think it's fun. You got some music, someone gets pizza, something like that. Everyone throws stuff in the cars. You make it quick. It's like chill. I have fun moving people or moving stuff around.
This is my mindset when moving and helping people move is get the hell out of my way. I'm going to go ahead and do my body. Like what I'm not supposed to be working in elementary schools and with the youth of America. That's not who I'm supposed to be. Some, just fresa, just strawberry picker somewhere, a mover. Like I'm built for these things. Like my body, like it's incredible when I actually do move, like, and help people move. Like I'm really good at it. The Tetris of it, like it's great. But it's just so many people just, be careful with that. Do you want me to be careful, or you want me to help you to move? Those are the two things, because you didn't ask me to do one. Sorry. And I have a truck, so that's when people were like, "Oh, yeah, I'll help you move." Of course I will.
Oh, I'm not asking for your help. I don't want your help, actually.
I'll help you, Chia.
Oh, I don't. No, I'm okay. I don't want your help.
Oh, so now you're too good for my help.
Yeah, sure.
You're too good.
You said no one should ask you to help move,
yeah.
Tony. You're not a positive.
I did not have it in my plans to ask you to help me move at all.
That hurts.
Especially, it's a Monday as well. People work and everything, but no, I would not in a million years ask you to help me move.
You're moving on a Monday?
The couch was
before 6. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the couch was a long shot because it was a desperation call, and but yeah, we'll talk about that Monday because I mean we'll see how it plays out.
All right, so San Diego FC, last thing, they go over to San Jose. Not go over. Yes,
I mean, yeah, it's just not this weekend. It's in 2 weeks, international break. So we can talk about it a little bit. Next week. We can talk about it next week. But yeah, I mean, if you're into international breaks, keep an eye on Ayrshire, Denmark. Could potentially qualify.
And if he does,
this next weekend, then we would be going to the game where Ayrshire would face Mexico from the bench. So
you're really not going to ask me to help you move?
No, I'm not.
You know what? Just because of that, I'm going to get in the way of whatever it is, and just I'm gonna
go for it. That's fine. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
you literally said, "Don't ask me to help you to move."
But if you do, just know that you're gonna have a great ally in helping. I'm just not gonna be. No,
smiling. I don't need your help though. Well, it's fine.
No, it's okay. You need my help, but it's okay. Like
I'll grab the cats.
Yeah, go for it. That's fine. Just
the cats are the last thing.
It's just like this. Moved. Like again, this thing about with my family, your job is to take out the trash. Your job is to do chores. Well, if you're gonna do it,
Jeremy's a real one. Won't help you move, but you can use my truck. Appreciate it. He's let me borrow that dope truck before. Love you, Jeremy.
Somebody actually asked me for he's like, we're gonna be moving, and another friend in the group chat was like, oh well, Tony has a truck, and I'm like, oh, you need a truck to move, and I sent him the U-Haul link, and I sent him the Home Depot link. Here you go.
No, my move is gonna be easy. We don't have a lot of stuff, and we already have someone with a truck helping.
Oh, wow! You're not the number one friend with a truck. I mean, does that hurt?
No, you know what does hurt is not being called after a, big emergency and being like the 8th person and just having a boss. Oh hey,
yeah, it's fine.
I had to find out about you, Chiba. Yeah. I had to find out about it, and the way that it happened was
Tony's the type to make a tragic not tragic, but traumatic car accident somehow be about him. That's just how Tony is, but it's fine.
I could have helped move.
No, fine.
All right.
One of the worst days of my life, and the call I get, how come you didn't call me first? How you guys know how Tony is?
No, I called you and I asked you first.
You're like, how's it?
Is everything okay? And then you're like,
why didn't you call me first?
No. And then you're like, yeah, everything's fine. I think you were getting wheeled into the ambulance. I'm like, cool. How's the laptop? That wasn't the line of conversation.
It survived.
It is survived. It's actually right there.
You can see the
Look at that.
On it.
Look at that. That survived a rollover crash. Just like you.
Hey. I'm invincible in car accidents.
Yeah.
2-0.
Anyway. You have no idea how thick it is, Philippe. It is as thick. Any case, speaking about therapy and just as they said, it was the turned into therapy. Some good therapeutic results for San Diego Wave. San Diego Wave. Yes, we need to update that because there are highlights that are available that are good goals for San Diego Wave. But San Diego Wave go over against into Utah, into the mountains, into which I didn't hear a lot of this altitude. Where was the conversation about San Diego Wave going to altitude, Abe? Was that a factor?
I guess it is. I don't really think about altitude when it comes to Utah, but it does play a small role for sure. Like Colorado is different. When they play Denver Summit, I think that's going to be a question. But Utah, compared to Toluca, Pumas, it's like baby altitude, right?
Half of it, 4,400 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that? Wait, how many feet?
4,400. Toluca's 8,000.
How altitude in Pine Valley? Pine Valley's altitude is 3,700. Okay, I guess 1,000 feet. All right. So San Diego Wave go into Utah, and a Utah team that was rotating. Also, they have some international call-ups. They're dealing with injuries, but you still have an unproven San Diego Wave in this 2026 calendar year after one match. But you have Jonas Eidevall and his starting lineup. Any thoughts on the starting lineup of Freeman, which is her debut for San Diego Wave, Maroney, McNabb, Wesley, Van Zanten, Laurina Facer, Kent Dali, Gia Corley, and then the Brazilian front three of Dudinha, Ludmila, and Portillo.
I think it was a surprise that Didi was injured, Abe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're all pretty surprised by that. And then, like, when you see knee, that's always something where you're like, oh no, you freak out. But it's still unclear what the injury is or to what extent. I tried to send in a question about it, but he kind of focused on talking about the Leah Freeman side of that, which, the teams are going to protect their secrets and stuff because it forces other teams to think like, well, maybe Leah Freeman is going to be the goalkeeper, maybe it's going to be Audelo, maybe Didi's back, so they're going to hide that information for as long as possible. We did see that she was like kind of holding that knee when she made that one save in the match against Houston, so it felt more like a carryover of that rather than like a knee injury, but it's still important to like be following these things on the injury report. But yeah, San Diego Wave, same lineup, probably should use that same lineup because they were pretty dominant against Houston, and you want to keep that momentum going over the course of a season, I think.
And this is a team of San Diego Wave that likes that possession, but Utah also trying to control the tempo of the matchup, and eventually it comes to bite them in the behind because of a poor back pass, a great anticipation by Dudinha, and a first-time shot. Not the easiest of connections to make. A good read, and San Diego Wave goes up 1-0.
My favorite thing about this play, though, is it doesn't start with that initial back pass. It starts like the pressure is high this whole time. Here's Van Zanten pushing from the right back spot. Like she's all the way up in the midfield, but she's pressing so high and having that pressure that she's forced to make a backwards pass, and then Ludmila also pushing up there. And now you have the next pass to Kaylee Reel, who maybe should be playing more back when that's coming at you, So maybe this is a gaff on Kaylee Reel, former San Diego Wave player, but yeah, just leaving it completely wide open for Dudinha to put in that shot.
Yeah, I think that pass has to go back to the goalkeeper, and it's just a lapse in judgment in that moment to pass it right through the middle. Again, Dudinha just having that great nose for just kind of making those runs and contributing to the high pressure.
Yeah, no, I think Mimi does help out a lot on that high press. And again, like great performance from her again in this game. I think she really does give you that clarity of like, oh, we knew we were going to get Mimi. That's why we'd let Hannah Lundqvist go. And honestly, can't be mad about it.
Yeah, saving themselves some money on that one, but still having a quality player. But then, Utah just couldn't get out of their own way. Dudinha should have done better here.
Dudinha's she's just inconsistent sometimes, like with her finishing, and sometimes she gets good shots, sometimes they're short, but there should have been another goal.
Kind of wanted that for a first time shot too. Game keeps going in the first half. Good pressure up high now by Utah, and then a great save by Freeman here, coming in, crashing, and being physical in her debut for San Diego Wave. Really good stuff.
Yeah, you definitely need to see a moment out of this, just because like when you have a goalkeeper like that, boom, you have to like it's coming at you. She just kind of doesn't really get the ball. She just takes out the forward, which maybe a more experienced goalkeeper gets the ball too, but still you get the result that you needed to get. Ball goes out of bounds, and you really have that moment there. I will say about Dudinia though, real quick, she has 6 goals in her last 8 matches. That's a pretty solid performance out of anyone, really, right?
No, 100%.
Should be 10 goals, if you ask me. But you guys want to hear a hot take of mine?
Oh my gosh, you're just filled with them today. I love it.
I think this is McNabb's last season with Wave.
Oh,
I think this game was poor defending. I think if Trinity Armstrong was healthy, it would be Trinity and Kennedy starting, and McNabb would be riding the bench. But yeah, no, there's not the best defending here. And yeah, I think this the last OG Wave signing or Waves player from day one, year one, like last season.
great stuff from Kennedy Wesley, who just wears that one on the forehead. Again, being physical.
A copy.
San Diego Wave. This ball, this play gets called offsides. But again, a set piece, a good idea, creating chaos. That's how you draw. That's how you draw that up. Just get the recenter and recentro all the way back. San Diego Wave once again with these set pieces. Kenza Dali, who we've seen score a free kick, not necessarily from that angle, almost surprises the goalkeeper, and that would have been a great goal. Should have been a foul there for sure. But a great stop.
Yeah, no, the offside. Sorry, the offsides on that one, I don't know, man, because it's McNabb that gets a touch, and I don't know. I think questionable refereeing.
Oh, you're talking about?
I think she plays a role in that. I think that's a fair offside call, because even though she's not the one touching it, technically she's still like
influencing,
like screening it and influencing it, and then now the defenders have to think about 2 players instead of 1. So it has an impact for sure. If she stayed back in her original spot, then maybe, but like her getting involved like that and wanting to get the goal, then.
But I thought the official rule right now by FIFA is that it's the player that touches the ball. I mean, I get it, but I don't know. I think that should have been an allowed goal,
and that would have definitely changed the momentum here. But I mean, Utah isn't that good, correct, Abe?
No, they were well coached, I think, at this game. I think their coaching is better. Roster-wise, it's still not where it should be as far as the rest of the NWSL goes, but you could tell they were like more clear in getting Wave disorganized. Jonas Eidevall was kind of talking about it in the post-game, saying like, yeah, they came with a game plan to get us like disorganized, and they did a pretty good job of that, which is why like possession-wise it wasn't as solid as it usually is for San Diego. So on that front, they were good, but as far as like an entire roster goes, I don't think they're as good as the Wave.
Dudinia getting another look as well. She's kind of developing into this role where that left wing is just hers, and later on you'll see her switch over to the right side as well, and this is what she's able to bring. And I think once she kind of hones that right foot a little bit more and just sharpens up a little bit, she's going to be even more lethal. Like these motions here, madrazote que se llevó the defender there in the face to stop a Dudinia shot. But then Utah does come on the other side of things in the 58th minute. A shot here that almost goes through the legs of Freeman, getting her body in front of the ball. That's textbook-ish. You're supposed to close your legs, but with the knee on the ground. But you know what? She got herself saved by herself in that moment. But again, like you see Dudinia's patience here. Like she could have crossed it earlier, trying to create some chaos inside of the box. Everybody's just kind of kicking everywhere. No real just last kick, like
By this
Yes.
time, he had already made the subs of putting Kimi Ascanio and Leo Godfrey again in the 68th minute. And I think those are the go-to subs. I think eventually are fighting for a starting spot. Anybody else on that bench, out of anybody else, those two players are the ones fighting for that spot right now. And again, the goal here for Utah, it's maybe an unlucky touch by McNabb. Abe, what were your thoughts on this one, defensive-wise?
Yeah, like you said, McNabb probably needs to have a bit more of a shot clearing ability that a lot of center backs should have, especially someone that's as experienced as her. But there's a reason why she's still on this team. I think she understands the way Jonas Eidevall wants to play, and she's really important in set pieces. But you got to kind of get more of a real clearance on that ball. I think if it was Kennedy Wesley in that position, she probably gets it further away, but just kind of getting your foot out there is not really what you needed to do in that moment, just because it sets it up and creates a perfect assist.
It was a good cross because it's a back foot cross that you're not really expecting from that angle as she's running, and she just whips it onto the other side. I like the cross. Not mad at it.
I think we need to call out Kenza Dali on here too, just kind of standing there and not going into the box to cover any potential rebound as well. And I think, not everything is our fault for McNabb. She did as best she could, but I think in that scenario, maybe Kenza Dali wants to get in a little closer as well and mark someone as well. But yeah, no, it's an unlucky goal, and I didn't quite expect Utah to score, and it's also a deflection on McNabb that makes it hard for Freeman to get the stop, because it does look kind of awkward. She kind of hesitates, and then there's the deflection. She's like, oh, damn, the ball's going this way now. So yeah, a little bit unlucky.
We've seen San Diego Wave in these situations before, right? They get a goal, they get a goal that ties it up, and everything just kind of fizzles out, and the other team just kind of parks the bus, or they're just unable to create anything. But that wasn't the case so far. Ludmila looking dangerous. She just looks the part, right? I don't think Adriana Leon, from what we saw last year, gets in those same positions or has that physicality about her. Now you see Dudiña on the right-hand side, creating some chaos, and this is going to be called a second yellow card.
Second yellow card on Lasso. I believe that's the player, and it's a foul, and the ref gives you a second. And for this last couple minutes, you're like, okay, something could happen. And it was the Kimi Ascanio, Kenza Dali, and Godfrey show, because those three can have some good connection if it continues to be like this.
Definitely. I think part of me was thinking to myself, I don't know if they can do it. Utah's going to just sit back. They're just going to be completely super defensive, and Wave weren't able to score last week when they were in that system against Houston. So it's going to be tough, even though you do have all 11, but they looked really connected here. I was really surprised at how Leah Godfrey looks like she's been part of this team for a really long time, just because Kimi Ascanio moves it up, perfect pass to Kenza Dali. Kenza Dali just the lightest little touch up front, and that. This is the type of goal that I think you should be really impressed by, just because it's every player's in their perfect position. That's not trying to do too much, and just that perfect little shot that can make it 2-1 and a game winner, especially for someone that's straight out of college. It's a big deal.
I think right now, and I would hope to see this on Wednesday, Kimi Ascanio needs to be in the starting lineup again. I think Portillo shouldn't be there. She hasn't really proved much. And at this point, I haven't seen much from Gia Corley either. And I think Leah Godfrey deserves to potentially start on Wednesday for San Diego Wave again. And imagine that, Kimi Ascanio with Godfrey, and then Kat Macario, who should be announced very soon, according to all those reports that we've been seeing online.
Yeah, keep an eye towards I'm going to say end of the week, perhaps, depending how your
not a Tuesday 10 a.m.
Not a Tuesday 10 a.m. for sure. For sources are kind of letting me know that it's coming soon. So
it's gonna happen. So then you add Kat Macario to that mix, and I think this Wave team can potentially be a little dangerous. But yeah, Abe, they pull it off, and it's an away win.
Yeah, it's a big win, and I do think this leaves, like you said, questions about the lineup for the future, just because it's like, all right, where does like Kat Macario fit in? She has to be in the starting 11, but is she completely fit and healthy right now to be playing full 90? So maybe they don't start her and they kind of like slowly bring her up or use her as like a crazy game changer. But I think it's gonna be like really interesting how they do it. It's like I would probably put Kimi Ascanio in the starting 11 right now, and then like Godfrey's still coming on as a sub just because she's been like so good as a sub that I think it maybe look a little better if she like keeps like that speed, because we don't know if she can keep that speed over the course of like a full 90. So and then eventually maybe Godfrey could get that starting spot, but like Portillo as well. She also has a pretty solid connection with the Brazilian players. As much as she's not like actively scoring, I do think her presence out there, like she's gotten a couple offsides, but her presence has brought a little bit to that front line.
I mean, you could always move Lumilda to the wing. She's that fast. She can contribute in that position as well. So yeah, I don't mean Corley done like Al, but sometimes starting players, even if you just extended, can get benched. And I mean, that's just the reality. Pablo Cisniega is a great example for San Diego FC. Let's hear from Jonas Eidevall.
Hello, Jonas.
Hola, Jonas.
How you doing, Jonas?
Just tell me your thoughts on the team's performance tonight and being gritty to get that win late in the game.
I think we had some really high highs today, and that comes both with us off the ball in how we press, how we defend, and I think we have some great attacking play as well. And those highs, when we combine them, it's enough for us to win the game today. If we look at where we need to improve and not make it as gritty of a game, is to stay much more consistent between these highs. But that's almost in all elements of the game, but also hats off to Utah because they work really, really hard together and they really try to disorganize us and making it a tough game for us to get control of.
Okay. And Leah Godfrey looked like she's been comfortable with the team. She got that goal tonight. What did you think about her performance?
I think she's had a really good preseason with us. I think she has done a transition from being a college player into being a pro player in a really, really good way. So her performances both today and last weekend doesn't surprise me because this is what we see in training. I think she's going to be a really, really positive contribution to this league.
Cool. And what did you think about Leah Freeman's performance tonight, her professional debut?
Yeah, I was really happy for her on a personal level because, again, it's a player that has worked really hard in preseason, had a good preseason with us. And as a goalkeeper, sometimes you never know when your opportunities comes. But what is sure is that you need to be ready for them when they arrive. And I think she was tonight, and I think she played a very, very solid 90 minutes. And that was really good for her, but also really good for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, this was we have a rule where if we're at another game that's happening, like our focus is where we're present, so we couldn't join online to ask. We were able to send questions, so some of those questions were sent by our very own Abe as well. But yeah, I mean, I think Leah Godfrey eventually is going to become a starter, like especially if she's making its impact. And coming off the bench, like Portillo's not really doing much the first two games. It's still very early in the season. A lot can happen. A lot can change. Be patient with it. But I'm really happy where I'm seeing Wave so far. The way they're playing, the way they're taking the shots. The goals starting to come in. They're going to have a doubleheader this week. They're going to play 2 games at home, one on Wednesday, one on Saturday. Abe, I think there's a chance we're all there on Wednesday. Maybe. I will be there on Wednesday. And it's going to be
Portland's top of the league right now, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
There's Portland's been a thorn on the side of San Diego Wave for a while. For sure.
Tied in first place at the moment. Angel City, top of the league with a +6 goal difference.
And don't adjust
for nothing.
Don't adjust your television sets. No, they're not playing at Torero Stadium as the official NWSL website is suggesting with the picture that they have not replaced for several years now, embarrassingly. What does Smith/Wilson do to San Diego Wave, Abe?
That's something that I was talking about this morning with someone from Portland. I think she's probably not going to get the start, but she will get more minutes than she has been because it's a midweek match. So they're having that more of that rotation. But Portland's in a really good spot right now. I think I looked at them and didn't even think they were a playoff team, but they just like were so good against Seattle. And like they went down to 9 players. And when San Diego FC went down to 9, they gave up 2 goals and almost kind of like gave it away. But like Portland, like especially in like such a big rivalry match too against Seattle, it was a like really impressive performance for Portland to like be able to hold on and like stay defensive, along with a great goalkeeper performance by former San Diego Wave goalkeeper Morgan Messner, who I was calling on to be a backup or potentially get some minutes at that time, but she ultimately moved on up to Portland, and Portland had 2 injuries in their goalkeeper room, so she got the start, and she's been really, really good for them. They're like really impressed with her out there. So interesting to see that front, but yeah, I think Sophia Wilson's going to be tough to handle as like a substitute late in this midweek match. Like Portland's a really solid team. Sometimes it can get like a little bit just like chess matchy. I feel like that's how it felt in that last playoff game against Portland, right? But this one's going to be an interesting one to watch. They have like so many great players in the midfield too. Like Olivia Moultrie is just like unreal. So seeing how they handle that, it's going to be interesting. I think you guys are muted.
I can't hear you. You're muted.
Hello?
Laura Harvey didn't have time to ask AI how to win when you are 2 players. That was good.
And it also, there was news this week, Abe, in women's soccer, right, where FIFA introduced a rule where there's supposed to be either a head coach or an assistant coach that is woman, right, Abe? That
for
happened?
the national teams, yes. For every national, I think any national team that's in the World Cup, they have to have an assistant coach or head coach that is a woman.
Nice. This is a quote by FIFA Chief Football Officer Joe Ellis.
Oh.
There are simply not enough women in coaching today. We must do more to accelerate change by creating clear pathways, expanding opportunities, and increasing the visibility for women on our sidelines. I like the rule.
Yeah, I like the rule. Can't wait for the men's side to do it too. Just implement that rule. Why not? Right? But it's a good move. Again, I agree with Jill Ellis. One of the few things that I agree with her in that statement. But yeah, I mean, it's a good direction moving forward, and yeah, support the game as it may come.
And San Diego Wave, I think, technically would qualify if that was a rule applied to club teams, that because Becky Tweed has been their assistant coach and considered like just basically like head coach B that during her whole time here, because she has like a real positive connection with the players, and I think people really like understand and respect her as part of the coaching staff as well.
Yeah, I agree. So then San Diego Wave, that's game 1 here on Wednesday. Then they go ahead and face not in Torero Stadium, guys, because that's not where they play anymore. But they play against Chicago Stars. Is this a different outcome? Out of the 6 possible points, if you get 3, are you okay with that? If you get 6, fantastic. If you get 2 or 0, I think you're kind of disappointed with these 2 games.
Yeah, I think you want at least 3. It's like you got to win at least one of these. Chicago is such a weird team because like they get destroyed by Angel City. Maybe it's like a road trip, first game of the season, still not really like connected and know what's happening. Maybe you're lucky because you're playing at home, and it was like, if they said the feels like temperature in Chicago was 14 degrees with like wind chill. It was like absolutely disgusting. Like it looked so cold because they play like right there on the lake too. So like they looked like those waves too, like just in the lake, just because of how windy it was. It was kind of crazy. But I think Kansas City looked more bad than Chicago looked good. So I'd expect San Diego should at least get 3 points out of that one because they're an okay team, but they still have some like lacking depth, I think, in like the midfield and on defense for Chicago.
I think they pull off the 6 points.
All 6.
Oh, crazy. I think they get all 6 points.
You've had some hot takes this episode, Chiba, and I think that's your hottest take. 6 points out of a very tough match against Portland.
Yeah, I think they pull it off. It's a Wednesday game. Gonna be fluky for Portland. They have to travel midweek. Wave stay home, and they'll win on Saturday. Yeah, I think Kimi Ascanio gets a goal against Portland.
Do we see Agudelo or do we see Freeman?
I think we see Freeman
Is
again.
Didi back?
I think we'll see Freeman again. I mean, she had a pretty good performance on Saturday. They got the win. I think he kind of repeats that same lineup, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. Abe, I'll see you there Wednesday. Tony, maybe I'll see you
try.
there Wednesday.
I'm gonna try my best. Yes. Anything else for San Diego Wave for right now? Because again, we have games to preview when they're gonna come really quick.
Yeah, like you said, that Cat Macario news. I'm hearing, like end of the week or whatever. I know when news like that comes out, you also got to look out what other news is happening in the city of San Diego.
Mhm.
Padres opening day is like a complete vacuum for news and sports news and stuff like that. So I know Brandon said maybe Thursday. I doubt I would, if the Wave were to release news on Padres opening day, that would be like a very, very bad media strategy.
I agree, especially a huge announcement like the face of your franchise for the near future with Cat Mercario for sure. As long as Portland doesn't start diving again. That's what I like about Portland. Like, I enjoy watching women's soccer because of the fundamentally sound and exciting moments that do happen. However, when the dark arts get invoked in the women's game, it's so good. And Portland's been doing that, and they've gotten away with it. And I kind of like that reputation that they've kind of garnered.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun, and there was like a couple moments there with the fans in Portland on Friday, just because like it's a rivalry match, so they're extra into it. They're just like shouting about Christine Sinclair because she's on the pitch, and they're like freaking out and they're excited about that. But Portland's always had a little, maybe it's because they've been in the league so long that they like get a little bit of those dark arts. But like the last time Portland played in San Diego is that when Kennedy Wesley got that red card, so.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been a lot of red cards in NWSL, so be on the lookout. Someone asked me if like, I thought,
what
they would have pulled off that win against that Portland, but Kennedy Wesley got the red.
Mm.
I kind of shot Wave in the foot there, but yeah, I mean San Diego 2 games. They don't stop for the men's Fecha FIFA. They get a break for the other international break soon as well. But
so it'll be all Wave next week mostly, and then we'll still talk some. We're gonna start talking World Cup because that's coming up, for sure. Like that's
the official World Cup song is terrible right now.
Ugh.
Hopefully something better comes out because it is horrible.
Abe, am I missing anything? San Diego Wave.
I do not believe so.
All right. Well,
big San Diego Wave stuff happening in the world. I think I'll have something to read soon, so be on the lookout for my socials to see what's up with that.
Love that. Yeah, no, it's an album, so hopefully fingers crossed for that. But yeah, all right. With that said, let's close it on out here. Do I have any fun videos anymore? No, I don't. Okay.
Thank you everybody for watching.
Well, I'm gonna put a little song.
Yeah.
There you go. For Chiba, for Abe, check him out. Abe Cepeda on social media. SanDiego.Futbol. All for 11. All for you guys. We do this for the city and selfishly for us for the World Cup. But you know what? We're going to take the city with us over into that coverage. We're definitely going to start getting into it as it gets hotter. About 80 days.
It's getting there, man.
Incredible stuff. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for contributing. With that said, we'll see you guys next week. We'll see you guys after post-match with Jonas Eidevall, San Diego Wave. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.